saying anything when I got those contracts. You looked at the profits at the bottom of the page and you thought they were plenty big enough.
You said we could handle it. I relied on you.
We can handle it. So what do you want to do, Herb? Not ship them? Have them cancel us out? Put us out of business? Either we take the chance or we're through.
It's a crime to ship those cylinders out of here. You must realize
It's only a crime if you get caught. So ship them out of here, Herb. I say the cylinders are okay. Ship them out.
It's only a crime if you get caught. Did you catch that line? Now, Arthur Miller was one of the great playwrights. You understand how good the dialogue is, right? But as I say, he was a certifiable leftist, socialist, who, in addition to marrying Marilyn Monroe, wrote some very interesting plays. I think he wrote Death of a Salesman. He wrote this one, All My Sons. Became the movie, right? Now listen to clip 20, what happens with the bad cylinders they ship out.
Why didn't you tell them? You knew they were no good. You knew they wouldn't hold up.
Well, it was too late. The newspapers, it was all over the front pages. 21 planes crashed. It was too late, I tell you. They came with handcuffs to the factory. Now, what could I do? I ask you, what could I do, Chris? I did it for you.
That's the father telling the son who survived, whose other brother died in a plane crash in the war, because his own father made cylinders that were defective, right? So in this last piece, again, actually the next piece, you're going to hear the voice again of the character of the son who survived in the form of Burt Lancaster in 21. Let's hear it.
What kind of a man are you anyway? Kids hanging in the air by those cylinders and you knew it. Oh, I was so proud of you. You were helping us to win and you were worried about your business. Don't you have a country? Don't you think about people? Don't you live in the world? Haven't you got a heart? Oh, what must I do to you? What must I do to you?
Did you hear that? What kind of man are you? Don't you have a country? Don't you have a heart? I direct that to our Congress. I direct that to all those in Congress who may be listening, laughing at me right now. The American people are saying to you what that character said to his father. Don't you have a country? Don't you have a heart? When you look at the eyes of your little girl or your grandchild, do you realize what you've just done to her through your greed and corruption? And when I finish out playing this, listen to 22 now from All My Sons on the Savage Nation today.
We get to be proud of the planes we fly. They come to be, piece by piece, bit by bit, something of you at home who have made them. And we're not alone. But my father has made me alone. He has betrayed us all. You at home who have kept faith with us. We out here who have kept faith with you. I'm ashamed. I can't face the other men. I can't face anybody. I don't know how to tell you any, but I'm going out on a mission in a few minutes, and I will not come back. I want you to forgive me, Annie, for doing this. It's the only way I know to pay for what he's done.
That's from the son who's in the military, who knows the engines are bad, and he goes out and dies, knowing he's going to die, from the defective cylinders his own father created, right? So finally now, this is like the great days of radio, what I'm doing for you right now. I'm using actual radio theater to educate you to what's going on right in front of your eyes. This kind of corruption and greed that I'm playing for you from World War II, the World War II era, is going on in front of your eyes with regard, in my opinion, to rare earths and other components of our military that have been sold to the Chinese. Listen to clip 23.
I don't have to explain, not to you. You're my son, my flesh and blood. If I'm guilty, then you're guilty too. Do you understand me? You're guilty too.
See, those were the great days of radio plays and movies. They were thematic themes with a conscience, and they helped awaken the American people to very important issues. We don't have this anymore because we have soulless individuals who've taken over the movie business. Out of one side of the mouth, they talk about gun violence, and the other side of the mouth, they act in a movie with guns. One side of the mouth, Sean Penn talks against guns. The next day, he's seen with 13 guns in his car in the East Bay. One day, he talks against violence against women. The next day, he's seen beating up a woman in a movie. One day, he talks against guns. The next day, he's in a movie beating someone with a gun or chopping his head off with a car. So you understand what we mean by corruption. You understand the corruption of the human soul. We get that. Hypocrisy has a name. Hypocrisy is attached to Hollywood primarily because they are individuals who live off hypocrisy. But that's an old story. That's not going to get us anywhere. We're way past Katzenberg, Hatzenberg, Matzenberg, and Ratzenberg. We're now up to rare earths The Chinese own them. We need them. They control them. They were sold to them by people in this government, and they should be tried for treason. I'll be right back.